The championships.
The academic excellence.
This way is the Roadrunner way.
The achievements are endless.
But that's not the only reason why we're here.
Our calling is higher than just wins and losses.
Degrees and awards.
No, there's more to it than that.
Our road to excellence
Is found when we
Compete passionately.
Accept responsibility.
Lead courageously.
And live unselfishly.
These principles will produce results in all the roles that we experience.
this way.
Is the Roadrunner way.
And that spirit lives in all of us.
Whether you're on campus,
Or part of the larger Dalton community.
excellence is not achieved alone.
We're all in this together.
This way.
Is the Roadrunner way.
Come with us.
This way.
This way.
This way.
This way.
This way.
This way.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of The Beep. Today I have with us Dalton State's Director of Golf, Ben Rickett, and Sports Performance Trainer for Hamilton Spine Health and Sport, Karyn Rizer. Y'all, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Good morning.
Absolutely. It is a good morning out. It's starting
It is
to
a good morning.
starting to clear. It's
Super
going to be a
nice.
beautiful day. Absolutely. You got to love the scenery.
It's nice here.
Well, we're going to jump right on in here. Ben, quite an accomplishment for both of the teams this season. Men's and women's teams at the end of this abbreviated season, both ranked 5th in the country. You add 4 more All-Americans between the two teams. Freshman of the year for the SSAC, Sydney Herman. All 7 girls make the All-SSAC team. Then, of course, on the men's side, Ben Rebney going back-to-back as SSAC Player of the Year. And Sport Allman also winning SSAC Men's Golf Scholar Athlete of the Year. So, I mean, already in, short amount of time that this program has been together, it's, quite the accomplishments, and we just keep adding more, to the shelf. I mean, wonderful accomplishments. Congratulations, sir.
Well, thank you. It's been, and again, as with every year, it's a fun year, and unfortunately, it had to end in the middle of March. This is the time of year where you start seeing green grass, and practice starts getting a little bit more enjoyable. And again, it's the fun time of the year where you start to get these championships, and everything that you've been working for the past 6-7 months is starting to come together. And obviously as well, both teams were starting to show a lot of form coming into middle of March and early April, especially with a huge chunk of our remaining schedule left, and again some of our better tournaments of the year. So it was, it's always fun, and obviously very appreciative of the SSAC for going forward with these awards and recognizing what these student athletes have accomplished, because again it's important, especially with outgoing seniors. This is their 4th year and have achieved some remarkable things. And again, they were nice enough to go ahead and award these student athletes with these recognitions. So yeah, I mean, again, across the board with all seven members of the girls team and making that all conference is pretty impressive. And again, that's just a testament to what Coach McGrew has done with that program and the recruits that he's constantly bringing in. And then Sydney with freshman of the year. I mean, again, another testament to an incoming freshman class. We've got two named on that freshman team as well. And then fortunately on the men's side, where you've got 3 that made it through the whole way with all conference, all region, and then to all American, and a very, very nice way for Sport to end his career with, again, his first All American recognition on the second team. And then again, the men's golf Scholar Athlete of the Year, which again is a testament to what he has done over the last 4 years with this program on and off the golf course.
I know, for anybody who doesn't know Sport Almond, he's a fantastic individual. He doesn't just do it on the course, but he does it in the classroom as well. One of the highest GPAs in the whole athletic department, and of course, I think leading your team then in that category. Both the men's and the women's teams are both fantastic individuals, and they're a blessing to have at Dalton State. Great ambassadors for the school.
Absolutely. And when you spend 4 years around these people as well, you get to know them. I mean, it's relationships that you build with these players. And then again, Ben's in the same situation with spending his 4 years at Dalton State. And again, for him to be two-time SSAC Player of the Year, I mean, the development that young man has made over the last 4 years has been nothing short of incredible. It's, again, what you like to see out of young student athletes that come at 18 years old and again develop through the next 4 years of their life. So I mean, all in all, we as coaches, we couldn't be more proud of this program and what these student athletes have accomplished, not just this year, but years in the past too.
Absolutely. And speaking of years in the past, with all the accomplishments that you've garnered and gained, it's allowed you to kind of open up a little bit on social media with something that you're doing now on Instagram. I think Wednesdays is trivia day for the golf team. Is that correct?
It is. So what we've decided to have a little bit of fun on social media and again, try to keep our story and what we're doing involved. And also, again, involving some previous players, some alumni. And again, a big thing is about getting to know us. On Mondays, we do a day in the life of. So what the women's team is really focusing on is what are the women's team doing during quarantine. You've got this whole 2021 team that's coming in, and each and every week you're getting a picture of something different that they're doing that they've done in the previous week. And then on Wednesday we hit on a little bit of the history of the program. Mm-hmm. Gives me an opportunity to kind of dig deep into our record books, and again, it's kind of fun for me too to find some random statistics, and what you're starting to see is a lot of alumni getting involved. It gives me a bit of a to heckle them too, because a lot of them are getting the questions or the answers wrong, so makes it a little bit fun on my side. But it gives us an opportunity to really focus on building again our alumni base and making sure that not only the future players and the past players and again everything that's been involved in, but also fans and recruits as well. I mean, you're seeing families getting involved, and it's fun. And then on Fridays we hit on the Fun Fact Friday, which is something that's random about the program that a lot of people don't know a huge amount about. So it's really given us an opportunity to get us out there a little bit more for people to understand a bit more about what we are about as a program. And again, fortunately, some of our successes that we're able to hit on and again, some random facts.
Absolutely. And that's part of social media is having fun, but also being able to, display those accomplishments, of your program out there in different ways and, with different avenues and such.
Yeah, and again, it's something that we'll obviously continue to try and be creative with as weeks go on, depending on what we are and what we're not able to do.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to shift gears a little bit because, some of those or a lot of those accomplishments and such don't come easy. You have to, really work at it. The team has to come together. They, have to learn how, to play individually, but also to play as a team all at the same time. And one of those things includes keeping with our theme of fitness that we've had over the last 2 episodes and into this one. And with that fitness, we're going to shift gears and talk a little bit with Karyn Rizer, as we introduced earlier, the sports performance trainer at Hamilton Spine Health and Sport, a community partner that takes care of our golf program. So, Karyn, I wanted to ask you, what techniques do you use to train a golf team?
Well, first you have to incorporate fun because it's, exercise isn't fun. So, well, we focus on cardio because not only do they need, some cardiovascular endurance, but muscular endurance too, to sustain not just a round of golf, but a round of golf for consecutive days. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they play tournaments, week back to back to back. And then we focus on strengthening the muscles in the body that are responsible for movements in the golf swing. I had to come inside. There was a lawnmower outside. So
Didn't want to have that
I couldn't even hear
reverberating,
myself
so we lost our view.
So now we're in the gym though. So yeah, with some of the favorite equipment.
I guess
So-
that's perfect considering we're talking about workout. Being in a gym would be
True.
fits that.
True. That's right.
So, with these techniques, I know, with football, you're trying to build muscle. With basketball, you're trying to build muscle, but you're also trying to, make the muscles a little long. Everything's built on injury prevention, no matter what you're doing. But what specifically are you looking at? What do these techniques do for the golfer themselves?
Mostly strengthen their core. When I say core, anywhere from like shoulders down to the knees and all the way around. They maintain a squatting position basically when they bend over a golf ball with the club in hand, and then they have to sustain a healthy swing. So they need the type of strength and control to maintain that swing at such a fast rate over and over and over. That's a lot of wear and tear on the body. So we strengthen a lot of, the abdominals, the back. So in the legs, that's really important. So a lot of what we do, and we do more, we believe in like lighter weights, more reps, and a lot of body weight stuff. The majority of what we do is body weight. If they add weight at all, it's a medicine ball. We do circuits so they can sustain a heart rate, or an elevated heart rate while, let's hope they sustain a heart rate, an elevated heart rate even while they're doing the strength work. A lot of times they partner up, do some fun little games. Anytime you put a game into it, they enjoy it a little bit more, it seems. And we always have to laugh about something. So
Right.
Laughter is incorporated in one way or another. So it's not just really even about them becoming more physically strong. It's also the mental aspect. If they feel good and leave with a good feeling, then they don't dread coming. But then also, as the body fatigues physically, your mental capacity is going to fatigue. So when they go out there on the course, golf is, in my opinion, very mental. I know it takes its toll on me emotionally. So if they are still physically strong enough to sustain that movement pattern over and over and over, and even outdoors in extreme heat or extreme cold or wind or rain, then they're more likely to keep their head in the game if they physically are feeling good. So that's what's important to me, is that they feel good when they play and after they play.
And one thing about collegiate golf that maybe a lot of people don't understand is that there's an abbreviated season. So whenever you come in the fall, you're going to play 3, 4, 5 tournaments, have a break, and then at the end of February, you're going to pick it back up, and you're going to play 3, 4, 5, 6 tournaments, possibly into a national championship when you're going from, the end of February until middle of May. Now, is there something that you do where you have like a getting ready preseason type deal, and then something that you focus on as they're playing these tournaments, kind of like in season?
Yeah. So if you want to say like a preseason preparation, we like to hit the cardio and the strength work a little bit harder. In other words, they're a little more intense with their cardio workouts and their strength workouts. We'll do circuits. And then really while they're playing, because they're on the road, they often sit in the sprinter for a couple hours at a time, and then they, play, and then they practice, and they play some more, and they do that over and over, eat, sleep, repeat. That I like to, when they come back from a tournament, focus more on yoga, and not just the stretching aspect. A lot of times they don't realize I can sneak in some strength work with the yoga, but we do yoga throughout the year, but we kind of shift gears into less of the cardio strength work and more of the yoga and stretching, and not necessarily for flexibility, but just for ease in the muscles,
Right.
Because there is you can be too flexible. And so, obviously flexibility plays an important role in golf, but you also have to have that strength to maintain and control the flexibility so that you're not going in a direction that you don't, that's bad for your body. So did you hear that? Someone's in the simulator. So, wasn't a gunshot.
That's a beautiful thing to hear, though, It may surprise some people, but it's a beautiful thing to hear.
Yeah, it is for sure.
So, who else does Hamilton Spine Health and Sport work with besides Dalton State?
As far as teams, I mean, we only focus really with our Dalton State as a team. We have a lot of local junior golfers, kids who are in high school or middle school who play for their team that work with mostly our golf instructors, and then our physical therapists. Any patient that they see, they don't even have to be a golfer, that needs some assistance in, once they've been released from their therapy, getting back into their sport or just their normal exercise routine. They'll come work with me for a few weeks until they're confident in their mechanics. We work on the mechanics of movement here, so we really focus on. And again, that's another emphasis that I have with my Dalton State players, is that we focus on not, bigger, faster, stronger, but are you moving efficiently and effectively and safely, and then we work on the strength. So,
Cool.
So mainly just our patients and clients here at Hamilton Spine Health and Sport, and then of course my heart belongs to my Dalton State players, so my golfers. I mean, we work with others, but they're my, it's kind of like the firstborn, so no offense to my secondborn, but they hold a very special place in my heart. I've been with them since the beginning of the program. Coach Ben and Coach McGrew, and I've seen them all come through, and still keep in touch with a lot of them that are not here, and I hope to do so with those that are leaving us this year. So yeah, it's a great program, great program.
Fantastic.
We don't want to be anywhere else.
Well, I know we love being a part of your program as well. I know one thing we're going to shift to now that I've done with the previous shows, okay, and it's called the quarantine question of the week. So as we've gone with this global pandemic, and as we evolve this show, that question will probably change, but at least for right now, that's what it's going to be. So I'm going to present it first to you, Karyn.
Okay.
What show have you binge watched since the global pandemic started?
Does it have to be one show? Because there's more than one.
We've had with so much time that everybody's been stuck inside. I imagine you're going to do multiples, but
there are several, but the ones that stick out. Well, once I finished Ozark, I had to move on to the Tiger King because I didn't know what all those memes on social media were about. So I watched that, and then I'm currently rewatching Bosch on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It's one of my all-time favorites, and it's been so long. I watched the most recent release of season 6, and then I thought, hey, what happened 1 through 5? So I'm currently starting 4.
Okay.
So I'm binge watching Bosch again, and I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's really good.
Well, I'll have to take a look at that. So, Ben, what show have you binge watched since the global pandemic started? And be honest.
I was going to say, you want me to be honest or try to be manly?
I would say be honest.
Well, there's a few. Again, obviously, as a married man with 2 young kids, I haven't been able to watch a huge amount of TV, but there's been the 2 that I'm going to hit on are actually Tiger King is one of them too. I did watch that. Interesting to say the least.
Yeah, isn't it?
my newest one that I have watched was the Out of Bounds. I thought that was kind of cool. Waiting for, again, hopefully for another season of that. And again, with a wife that still likes her, she sneaks in a Gossip Girl every once in a while.
You don't hate it though, right?
It's a bit of an unfortunate one to confess to, but it is what it is, right?
Me being married as well and walking into certain shows, you just kind of have to go with the flow.
You might find something new you wouldn't have thought of otherwise, right?
Exactly.
Hey, do you want to give us a quick tour of the facility?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I could. Okay, yeah. Well, since I'm standing right here, here's the door the players come through. Over in this corner, we do have our stash of equipment. You can see lots of fun things. The rowers are definitely a favorite. We have Bosu's medicine balls. Currently, we have the wooden boxes, but they're on their way out. We're going to replace those with something softer. And any of the players that are watching, they're shaking their head. They might be shedding a tear. We do have some cardio equipment. I will say that we also have a golf simulator in here and a putting green. So this is all part of our therapy clinic and performance center. So this space here is where the magic happens, of course. But you could probably do a follow-up interview to ask the players, hey, what's your favorite and least favorite thing about working out? So anyway, yeah, we've got lots of space here. It's kind of where we have it all. We do it all. So yeah, we try to incorporate fun. I think the last couple of weeks before, unfortunately, before the COVID shutdown, I know the guys were in here and we came up with a fun little game where they a balancing it with incorporated strength and balance. So sometimes they don't even know they're working. So that's even more fun. Coach Ben and I know they're working, but and sometimes we even jump in with them. So well, Coach Ben always says, Coach Ben and McGrew always exercise with their players. I think that's really cool. I don't think other schools that have a training program or access to a facility, I would challenge them. Yeah, do your coaches come in and do they do the full workout? Because these guys do. So that's pretty cool. It's very encouraging. I think that's a great example to set for their players too. So we talk a lot about, the players, or we have this interview and how great they are, but you can't beat Coach Rickett and Coach McGrew. They are top. They are the tops. I've seen it. I've been on the course. I've traveled with them. And even the way our players talk and share experiences, you can't find two better men, two better coaches.
I'll have to agree with you on that wholeheartedly.
For sure.
All right. Well, folks, we thank you for joining us again today. Director of Golf for Dalton State, Ben Rickett, Hamilton Sport Health and or Hamilton Spine Health and Sport.
It's a mouthful.
Trainer. I know it is a mouthful. Karyn Rizer, thank you so much for joining us and going over some things about our golf teams and their training and giving us a nice tour of that facility. It really looks like if you're a golfer's heaven.
It's a nice place. It's a lot of fun. We like it here. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I did represent today.
Awesome.
So yeah, every chance I get.
Well, y'all, thank you so much for joining us again, and just remember to keep tabs on this show as we keep evolving it. Be on Facebook every Thursday. Thank you guys so much for your support, and we'll see you again soon.